Hello, friend, and welcome back to our Daily Women's Devotional, I Am Loved, edited by Carolyn Rathman Sutton. Today is October 13, and the title of our devotional is Religious DNA, written by Charlotte Swanson Robinson. The Bible verse is found in Proverbs chapter 31, verse 28 and 29. Her children rise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many daughters have done well, but you excel them all. Charlotte writes, My mother often told us stories to which I think I listened more than the other siblings. Often cousins will ask me whether I know this or that about the family history because of mother's stories. One story I loved was how my grandmother became a member of my denomination. My grandmother and grandfather married in the early 1900s. Grandma had an 8th grade education, and with that, she became a school teacher. She and Grandpa had 12 children, of whom my mother was the youngest. When Grandma had about 6 live children, the first and fourth child had died at birth, she actively searched for a church in which to raise her children. She was looking for a church that followed Bible teachings. When visiting one local church with the children, her son Ken cried and cried all the way through the service. She figured if a 4-year-old was scared there, she couldn't be comfortable taking her family to church there. Soon thereafter, a neighbor, Mr. Sires, came to visit with Miss Buena Moon. He told Grandma that his church worshipped on the 7th day of the week and offered to give her Bible studies. She wasn't familiar with the church, but read the pamphlets Mr. Sires had left for her. Then she asked for more. Mr. Sires gave her some books written by a lady named Ellen White. Intrigued, Grandma read them and later said, I just read myself into that church. Grandma, who could not drive, seldom got to go to the church, which was probably 8 to 10 miles away. But she started holding services in her house. She would have the kids walk out the front door and then walk in the back to make it appear there was a little time between the Sabbath school and church services. She took an offering which was put aside to give the local elder when he visited the family. Later, when the older children could drive, they took the family to the real church. Grandpa never accepted Grandma's beliefs, but he always told the kids to obey their mom because she knew what was right. Because of Grandmother's faithfulness to the Lord, her children all remained true to the church that their mother had introduced them to. Charlotte Swanson Robinson has been published in Our Little Friend Primary Treasure Guide and previous women's devotional books. Due to an injury at work, she no longer works at her previous jobs. She and her husband, David, have 3 adult children, Jessica, Benton, and Haley. 2 of the 3 are married. Charlotte became a grandmother in 2018, and she and her husband enjoy their new life as grandparents. This reminds me of the Bible verse that talks about instructing your child in the way they should go, and if they depart, they will be returning. God only calls us to plant the seed of His love in our children. Once they're older, there's not much we can do, but that seed is still there. It becomes part of their DNA. And so even if they do stray, and we pray that mother's prayer, they will always return to the truth. Don't lose hope, friend. I hope that you're blessed, you enjoyed today's devotional, and I will see you again tomorrow.